Hey guys, welcome to another Warframe video, and this is my Boomstick. It has 428.5% Multishot, making it fire 30 pellets with each pull of the trigger. And all of this thanks to a little mod that goes by the name of Crita-Satitox, which I have received as a gift. I always wanted to do this with the hack, basically just put on primed point blank for damage, then charge shell and contagious spread for corrosive damage, and blaze for some generic damage and extra heat. And then take all the Multishot mods and put them on to see what it would do. So I have Scatter Justice here for 200% Multishot, Crita-Satitox for 48.5% Multishot, as well as some extra crit chance and toxin damage, Hell's Chamber for 120% Multishot, and finally Vigilante Armaments for 60% Multishot. Now I'm fully aware that this is not an ideal damage setup. You would ideally want to take out Vigilante Armaments and put in more damage, which gets scaled ludicrously by all the Multishot. I just wanted it for the sake of having it. It is just really cool to have a weapon that has over 400% Multishot. And believe it or not, on top of being absolutely hilarious, because every time you hit something point blank, 30 numbers are going to fly out of the enemy that you've just hit. It's actually not bad for a weapon that's not scaling crit or status. Because this is basically just a pure damage build, something that even the developers are moving away from, as we've seen with the recent 22.12 weapon rebalancing. Most of the weapons nowadays either have crit or status or can even build hybrid. I mean, just look at it, the numbers alone are enough for me to just say, yep, this is worth it, this is really fun. However, this is not just a haha funny little ribbon kind of thing, this is a good ribbon, so I also incorporated it into my Vacor hack. So I am now running primed point blank for damage, I have Hell's Chamber for Multishot, Blunderbuss and Primed Ravage for crit chance and damage, then there is the ribbon Crita-Satitox, which is followed up by Blaze for generic damage scaling and heat damage, which gets combined with Incendiary Coat and Charge Shell for 11,000 radiation damage. Why radiation? Well, because I want to use this to hunt the Eidolons or the Terrorists. It doesn't work that well for the Guntulist because it's too big and the 2 extra joints are really hard to hit, and the same goes for the Hydralist. So over here you can see the performance on the Terrorist. Right now I'm not using Rhino Roar and it took exactly 2.5 magazines, so 20 shots to take down the joint, which is pretty good. It's not Lanka or Divectis Prime, but for me, personally, this is more than enough damage for the Terrorist. Especially since that number goes down to about 10 or 13 when I add Roar with my Roar Terrorist setup on Rhino. It's not as consistent as sniper rifles because it's easy to aim a little bit to the side and miss a couple of pellets or stand too far away and start losing damage thanks to damage fall off. But if you're using a beefy frame like I'm using Rhino over here, it is very much comparable to a sniper rifle performance. And for me at least, hunting the Terrorist is way more fun with this setup than with any of my sniper rifles, even the Lanka. With that said though, the shoulder joints can sometimes be hard to hit. You ideally want to be right underneath the Terrorist, which is why I would recommend you do something like this on a beefy frame, because if you're gonna stand underneath the Terrorist as vault, you're gonna die. And the final phase is not amazing. It's not terrible by any means, it's pretty good, especially if you have something like Rhino Roar, but you can kind of feel the lack of any crit damage or headshot damage that you get with a sniper rifle when you're scoped in. Now I think it's important to mention that you really don't need a Riven to start hunting the Terrorist with Vacor hack. It's of course better if you do have a Riven like this, but it is very much not necessary. I mean, when the planes first came out, I used nothing but Vacor hack without a Riven for a couple of months before I switched to sniper rifles. And that's pretty much it for the video. I just thought it would be kind of fun to take a look at the Riven and do sort of a Multishot madness setup on the standard hack and then do a proper setup on the Vacor hack. So I hope you've enjoyed it. I thank you very much for watching as always, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.